start with news. Sydney's going to tell us about a Dem debate. One G.
Oh, unmute it because Sean unmuted it.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh wait, I muted now.
No, I hear you.
You're good.
So this will take a lot less than 5 minutes, more like 30 seconds. Basically what we did here is put in our core 3 opportunities for the CBS News own debate on February 25th. Basically it's the way we format is in a JPEG for sales, so you guys can just basically copy paste into an email to help keep us top of mind. If anyone needs this in a PowerPoint format to change or alter anything, just let me know and I'm happy to send it along. But the idea here was to incorporate this as a JPEG in emails for sales to help keep us top of mind and inform brands of our turnkey and scalable sponsor opportunities that we have for the debate. Any questions, comments, concerns you have, please direct your attention to the resource guide. Jason Phillips and I have made our rounds with the sales team. I today spoke with the client solutions team, walking everyone through the packages. So everyone should be up to par with the latest and the greatest, and happy selling.
I would just add, this is our biggest opportunity for Q1. So this is a really important one for news, so much video opportunity. And there's a debate tonight on CNN. So Dem debates are definitely top of mind. So hopefully this one sheet comes at a really timely time for you to use it to pique people's interests. We got some really valuable feedback from sales recently in site strategy that sometimes it's really cumbersome to send out full decks. So we want to make sure that you're armed with these one sheets to just kind of keep us top of mind, draw in attention, and then hopefully follow up with more. Yep. Thanks.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, now let's go to Claire with a sports update on a boxing rematch.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, so in February 22nd, we have a boxing rematch for Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. So we worked to put together a couple of turnkey opportunities for this rematch. The 3 things that you guys should know about this, why the rematch matters. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury first squared off in December of 2018, and that fight resulted in one of the most disputed split draws in boxing history. So to date, neither boxer has lost a battle, and the only draw each one of them has is the original fight against each other. So this fight is arguably one of the most anticipated heavyweight rematches in almost a quarter of a century, probably since Mike Tyson fought back in 1997. So it's a big rematch. It's going to have a lot of eyes on it. The second thing is that the team should be aware of is just the scale around boxing and combat sports. So CBS Sports has seen a 22% increase in page views to the combat sports arenas last year, and that number continues to grow with major title fights like this one. The editorial team is anticipating traffic for content around the fight in upwards of like 4 million page view area. So it's going to draw a lot of eyes to the content that we have on CBS Sports. And then the other thing to know is we've worked to create a brand target list. This is by no means a comprehensive list of who you guys should go after. These are just brands that we know have been associated with either Wilder, Fury, or just boxing in general. So we have this on DocSend as well as a media plan for you guys to reference. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this live streamed or is this just rotational media on CBS Sports boxing?
So it's rotational media, and we also have a custom preview and recap type segments, live blogs. Unfortunately, ESPN and Fox own the fight. We do not this year. So we do not have live streaming for it.
Okay, thank you. So ESPN and Fox are streaming. Okay.
Thanks, Claire. Okay, we have updates to the CBSi working report that Lizette and Jared will take us through.
Hey everybody. So while Lizette pulls the report up,
just a little bit of background. So a few months back, we noticed a few like double booking issues with some of the CNET opportunities that we've historically sold on a flat fee or share of voice basis. So we decided that we needed to make a few adjustments to how we were reserving this inventory. Over the past few years, we've been using a CNET reservation doc, very similar to the CBSi network working report that we're all familiar with from last year. And so we decided, since we realized that other teams were using different methods for reserving their inventory, whether it be in the old CNET doc, in Salesforce, or just not reserving them anywhere at all, we decided we needed to add a few more tabs to the network working report. So I went ahead and kind of followed a very similar format to how we have the homepage takeovers and those other opportunities in the report, and just added a few new tabs so that we can all be on the same page and reserve these types of opportunities in the same. So the first tab that we added here is the CNET category opportunities, which includes all of the category doors, best lists, and buying guides by category in here. I started off on the left with like some of the most popular ones that we sell, just so it's a little bit easier rather than having to scroll all the way through alphabetically. But this way, you can see all of the opportunities kind of in a little bit of an easier flow than what we've had in the past. The next tab we added is for CNET native category roadblocks. Same same format here as with the category ops. The next tab is for CMG seasonal event sponsorships. So this one includes pretty much all of the old opportunities and buying guides that we sold on a share of voice basis in the past, and that we'll continue to do so this year. This includes a lot of the seasonal buying guides, the CNET tentpole sponsorships. This also includes game sponsorships, B2B events and special features, roadshow sponsorships, CNET Hero phone reviews, special edit features, and the CNET Hero phone live events. We also have another tab that now includes 5G and wellness, and we'll also include any other major push and any kind of new new categories that we're rolling out. This will probably also include any updates to the smart home category and how we're going to be selling that. So be able to reference this tab here. So this will be changing throughout the year. And then we also added in here a new tab for CBS News Election Coverage 2020. So a little bit separate from CMG, but we've added this to the report also. So if you are pitching any of these opportunities, you can add that in here as well. And then just one quick note on CMG newsletters. Please, right now you can see everything is kind of like blacked out or grayed out. There's going to be some changes to how these opportunities are sold throughout the rest of the year. So please reach out to IM if you have any questions or want to pitch any newsletters. Also, just one thing to note. So if you did have any opportunities that were in the old CNET doc, I did move them over because I was feeling very generous. And luckily, so the only person that actually had any opportunities reserved in here was Zach. So thank you very much for making that job very easy for me. But if you do have any other opportunities that you are pitching for any of these CMG opportunities, please make sure you're putting them in the doc. The old CNET reservation doc has been locked and you cannot use it anymore. We finally got rid of that. So happy selling on all these opportunities too. Thanks.
Okay, great. Any questions on that? All right, for the last update for today, Nikki and team will take us through the CNET general presentation.
Cool. The quick setup here is, this is a refreshed CNET core pitch. We wanted to kind of update it in advance of CES, and so we published it the kind of weeks before. This is hopefully a little bit longer of a deep dive into it, just so you're all familiar with it. We feel like it connected really well to the themes that we saw at CES. Basically, the highest level takeaway is that tech is expanding in terms of the categories that it's infused into and becoming a broader and broader topic. And so Nikki will take us through our thoughts. We'll go through the opportunities, and Patrick will give us kind of perspective on how it's been working with it. But we're excited, and if anyone has any feedback from any of the meetings that they had at CES or any updates that they would like to see in this, please just connect to IM and we'll take it from there.
Great, thanks. So for 2020, we're really refreshing the whole brand, the whole story and image. We have our new tagline here, which kind of speaks to this as well, which is explaining the now and deciphering the future. And when it comes down to it, the core of CNET is really consumer advice. It's advice enhancing your modern life. So this is something that we've been doing for 20 plus years. We've always been educating our large audience of monthly readers on how to create personalized and simplified lifestyles with the different tech available. And as tech continues to grow and evolve, our editorial legacy is growing as well. And we're expanding to all the different areas like wellness, gaming, transportation, and home life. And so with CNET, readers really get inspiring and practical advice on how to get things done so they can do more of what they love. And this advice is really more important now than ever before, as we see that technology is transforming what you need to know. So tech is really moving away or moving beyond all the phones, TVs, laptops, etc., into all the different ways we move in the world and engage in our passions. So this includes new parents trying to find out how to baby-proof their home, or fitness gurus trying to find the new practices or new things that they can do to eat healthier. Like all of these different ways have been included in what tech has been redefined as. And with this expansion of technology, we're really bringing in all different types of people with different interests into this space as well. And the catch is, what we're seeing now is that there are almost too many options for us. So there are an infinite number of different services or solutions available. And so when people are trying to find out what to do to solve a certain challenge or try out something new, they tend to spread themselves thin when doing this research. So the solution here is that they're starting to seek out informed guidance to get advice and get that support for these decisions to be made a lot more simple for them. And that's going to take us through what we're seeing with this decision-making journey.
Yeah, so thanks. So each new problem that the users are trying to solve for triggers a new journey of discovery. So they start off by just kind of researching and looking at what is out there, what sorts of solutions or devices or technologies can help them solve that problem. And then from there, there's such a range of options. They need a trusted source for the best advice of what to get and where to get it. So that's where they're in the purchase phase. They're trying to figure out what exactly is the right product or service to meet their needs. Then they actually get the device or service. They have to understand how to use it, how to maximize it, how to make the most out of it. And then, they then are, assuming they have a good experience with that technology or service or device, they want to share their learnings, they want to give advice to others. And from there, they're also kind of learning as they're also sharing that information, because other people may have other ideas, and that triggers the step all over again in terms of discovering what new is out there, what more is out there. So it's a constant cycle that always is happening. And then that's where CNET is always there at every step of the way. So in the discovery phase with our event coverage or breaking news coverage or news of everything that might be coming down the path, that's where they turn to us to kind of, in that discovery phase, to kind of understand what is out there. And then once they kind of see what's out there, we're there with our very robust buying advice, from best lists to buying guides to how, to in-depth reviews, first takes. It's a very robust set of buying advice that then leads them to the right purchase at the right price. And then they have to know how to use it, right? They have to know how to install it, how to set it up, how to make the most out of it. Again, that's where they turn to CNET in droves to kind of understand that trusted how-to advice. And CNET also has a community where then they can go and share ideas and experiences with like-minded people, whether it's through our social channels, on Facebook, Instagram, or if it's on site in our forums. That's where they're sharing ideas and experiences. And then again, the cycle starts all over because they learn of a new idea that triggers a new phase of discovery, and we're still there at that step of the process too.
And so at the end of it, CNET's role here is really as your trusted companion, helping you make these decisions and simplifying the process for you.
And, you know, we reach a very vast audience, but they're very thoughtful shoppers. That's key to why they want so much advice, and they're seeking out trusted advice. They have money to spend with high household income, but they want to make sure they're buying the right products. So going to a trusted site like CNET at every step of the way is going to be key to them having a satisfactory result to their problem solving. And there's a whole bunch of them. It's a vast audience of 72 million on average unique users a month. And they have a range of passion points that they're interested in, whether it's fashion or they're new parents, or, you know, they travel a lot, or they just love home entertainment. They have a range, they're a multifaceted group of people. And they're also always ready to share their experiences, share advice, and learn from others. So they are coming to CNET to get the best advice, trusted advice, and then to amplify that within their social circles. So CNET takes great steps to make sure that we cover off on their key passion points. And now Fletcher is going to speak a little bit to our strategic initiatives.
Great, thanks, Lisette. So if you visit CNET or any of our associated social handles throughout the course of 2020, these are 6 of the major themes that you're going to see consistently throughout the year. The first one being home, anchored by our 3 living labs across Louisville and San Francisco. Wellness, which will explore everything from which meal kits are best for delivery for healthy eaters to automated pill dispensers, tied to elderly care. And moving on to connectivity, which is anchored by 5G. We anticipate 2020 to be a significant step forward in the advancement and rollout of 5G devices. CNET's not only going to speak to what those devices can do now, but what they're going to mean for us moving forward. Gaming, so moving on to gaming, 2020 is going to be the year where we see the new PlayStation and Xbox consoles this holiday, and in conjunction with our working relationship with GameSpot, plenty of gaming opportunities over the course of the year. Holiday, while we just ended the big holiday season, there are plenty of mini holidays throughout the year when consumers are looking to give gifts to the loved ones in their lives, whether that be Mother's Day or graduation. Plenty of gift giving seasons throughout the year. And then finally, tech events. Many of you just came from CES last week, but the CNET events calendar and our tech events span much beyond CES. And here's an example. So this is a list of all of the events, both physical and digital and emotional, that CNET covers year in and year out. So you'll see everything from Mobile World Congress and South by Southwest in Q1 to San Diego Comic-Con and Amazon Prime Day in Q3. As well as all the auto events peppered in throughout the year. So if you were to look at a traffic graph of CNET for the year, these are all the mini spikes that you see throughout the year. So regardless of the RFP that you get and who the advertiser is, I'm sure that we can find an event or a moment in time that aligns with your advertiser's flight and a sponsorship opportunity to match that. And then Lisette touched on our audience earlier, but really the main takeaway here is that when you advertise on CNET, you're reaching an audience that is asking to be informed, regardless of what step they are in the process. And we've worked with advertisers across the spectrum that are looking to inform advertisers at many steps in the process. So we have a robust list of case studies that you can find on DocSend. Here's a sampling of advertisers that have spent with us in the past and some key success metrics worth hanging their hat on or worth hanging our hats on. So if you're not finding something that you're looking for, please reach out, and I'm sure we've got a past example of a story that we can tell to map to your current RFP.
We still have a lot of different options and opportunities that you can buy for each of these initiatives that we have. And you'll see all of this in all different versions of CNET decks that we've rolled out or will continue to roll out throughout this year. So I'm just going to skim through the end portion of this. But as you can see, we have a lot in all the different strategic initiatives that we have. Each of them have their own GP or deck that dive more into the details of this. So it's everything from home, wellness, 5G, gaming, holidays, and CES or tech events. And we also have our tried and true products that span across all of these different topics, as well as event-specific coverage and audience demo and behavioral targeting and social opportunities as well. And Patrick's going to take us through his perspective with CNET.
Hi, everybody. So I've been selling the CNET and tech brand since I started here. I think the interesting thing about this refresh deck is that it's really aligning with where the market is going. I just read something that Larkin said at CES, that technology is moving from vertically being categorized to horizontally being categorized. What that means is, previously 5 years ago, we'd be talking about the television category, the phones reviews, and laptops reviews and appliances, and now we're turning to talking about these broader themes that really touch a whole host of different products, right? In the home, that could be anything from your Amazon Fire to your smart workout machines to your alarm clock to your coffee maker, yada, yada, yada. Wellness, again, could be something that applies to CPG brands, to water beverages, or to anything, hotels and spas that want people to kind of work on holistic health, right? So the moral of the story is, I think, this deck really arms you, if you don't have a quote-unquote tech-endemic account, to start thinking about how technology does touch your brands by focusing on those 6 passion areas. I think every one of you and every one of your brands could find one of those to latch onto, and there's a really interesting story where CNET can be at least a part of it, if not telling the whole thing. So yeah, I certainly think that this is a well-received refresh. A lot of the clients have responded to the way that we're talking about it. So certainly make sure you're comfortable and familiar with it, and using it as that springboard to think about how tech can, apply to your brands, even if they're not the quote-unquote endemic tech brands. Killed it, huh?
Thank you.
Any questions?
Yeah, I think we're all good. Thank you guys so much for that information. Okay, great. I think we're all set. So thanks everyone for joining today's IMPower Hour. There's no CBSi College tomorrow, but look out for more information on that soon. And have a great week.